Hello guys, welcome back to another vlog. This vlog is going to be a very special vlog for me as we are heading to Macau to celebrate our 9th wedding anniversary. The flight was from Delhi to Macau and the pre-anniversary celebration started off with some duty-free shopping at Delhi. As the billing counter was crowded, we lost quite a bit of time. Done with the shopping without wasting any time, we headed straight to the boarding gate as we were slightly late. It was a long walk of about 15 minutes and we realized we have missed so much. The final announcement was already made and we were the last one to board. After having boarded the business class, we took a deep breath and finally started settling down. The flight was Air India 314 from Delhi to Hong Kong with a flight time of about 5 hours. It was Boeing 787 which was going to Osaka onwards from Hong Kong. The business class passengers were gifted with Salvatore Ferragamo pouches and we were quite excited to check it out. The vanity kid had a small leather pouch inside and couple of other amenities. We started unzipping and there was a body lotion, a handout giving information about their brand, an eye mask, pair of woolen socks which had Salvatore Ferragamo logo printed all over, hand cream and a lip balm. There was a headphone pouch which had to be written and the headphones weren't wireless. As we were approaching 12 midnight, we requested the crew to take a picture of ours. The in-house slippers were quite cushy, soft and very comfortable. As you can see, the business class was quite spacious and we had couple of empty seats. 1 hour into the flight, the meal service started with some nuts and some mojito. Starters were cold prawn salad with some bread. The salad had a typical Asian touch and it was quite appetizing. And it was the time for the celebration as the clock struck 12. The entire Air India crew was very sweet, kind and accommodating and I really appreciate their gesture. They really made our celebration very special by setting things up with some pastries and chocolates. And this really made our trip very memorable. And for the main course, we were served with some baked chicken and mashed potatoes. As the dish was very appealing, we both opted for it and it was sumptuous. About 2 hours 30 minutes into the flight, after having a heavy meal, the cabin lights were dimmed and I thought of getting some sleep. The bed was really comfortable and the cabin was quiet and I was fast asleep. About 5 hours into the flight, I woke up to see this gloomy day and we have already commenced our final descent. After landing at one of the busiest airports in Southeast Asia, the temperature reported by the crew was about 12 degrees Celsius with some light showers. Thanking the crew for their excellent hospitality, we stepped out looking forward to have a memorable holiday. In spite of being one of the busiest airports, it was very clean and tidy. After clearing the immigration at Hong Kong, we had to take a transit bus to reach another terminal which was about 5 minutes away from where we took a cross-border coach after clearing the immigration once again. The terminal was quite deserted and it just took us few minutes to complete the entire process. From Hong Kong, you can either fly, sail or travel by road to Macau. The initial immigration after landing which we did was to enter Hong Kong and the subsequent one which we did was to exit Hong Kong. There are n number of cross-border coaches and it's a very good idea to get your tickets pre-booked. The ticket has roughly costed about 70 Hong Kong dollars per head. The coach was almost full, majorly with Chinese nationals, and it was a good scenic drive for about 1 hour 15 minutes. The weather was extremely pleasant and we managed to take a couple of photographs as we enjoyed our drive. Most of the heavy skyscrapers that you see here are constructed over islands. En route to Macau, we also happened to transit through so many tunnels. We also happened to see cable cars which were connecting Kowloon and Lantau Islands. The cable car service is seasonal and they shut down the cable car service just in case if the weather deteriorates. We also happened to pass Hong Kong International Airport where we landed. Hong Kong is known for its severe weather and severe typhoons and the airport also shuts just in case if the weather deteriorates. In spite of its extreme topography, this airport has been so well planned that it remains as one of the busiest airports in Southeast Asia. It would also be interesting to know that Hong Kong is made out of 263 islands, and this airport is located in Cheklapkok, one of the 263 islands. Being one of the busiest in the Southeast Asia, it is also the hub for many major airlines and many freighter service companies. There are about 60,000 people working in this airport who significantly contribute towards Hong Kong's economy. And it is worth mentioning, in 2010, this airport has been declared as the busiest airport in the world in terms of cargo traffic. And you can see many such long bridges connecting different islands in Hong Kong. Not only Hong Kong, most of the countries in Southeast Asia experience adverse weather mostly throughout the year. We have finally reached Macau after a drive of about 1 hour 30 minutes. We both have been up since last night and we both are exhausted and drained. Like the Port Authority terminal at the departure, this terminal also looks quite deserted. And finally, we have reached the immigration counter, and this immigration is to enter Macau. Totally, we have done the immigration clearance thrice, once during entering Hong Kong, once during exiting Hong Kong, and once during entering Macau. Nevertheless, the procedure was pretty quick every time. After exiting the terminal, we had to take a cab to reach our hotel, which was about 30 minutes away. Finally, after a very long day, we reached our hotel around 11 am. As the check-in time was only around 3 pm, having reached early around 11 am, we had to wait for about 4 hours before we could get our keys. And we were so tired, we started carrying our luggage along with us and we didn't wait for any assistance. Finally, after a very long day, we managed to reach our room completely drained and exhausted. The bathroom and the rest area were huge and tidy with all the basic amenities. The wooden closet was quite spacious with a safe inside. The room was quite spacious with a huge king-size bed. The bed was looking so comfortable and so inviting, so much so we straight away wanted to crash. The two biggest and the major challenges that we faced in Macau was non-acceptance of Hong Kong currency and octopus card in Macau, and people failing to communicate in English. As we both were famished, we headed to a nearby convenience store to pick up some fruits and milk for ourselves. Though it was a small convenience store, the fruits and vegetables were really fresh. We also happened to pick up some snacks for our onwards stay. As you can see, there is nothing written in English and we literally had to use Google Translate to understand. And even the flavors were totally different from what we get in India. We headed back to our room, freshened up, had a quick bite and we stepped out. The first thing that we came across was this flashy hotel which had a huge casino inside. As it had started raining, we didn't want to venture out much, so we thought of taking a stroll. The air was fresh and pure and we really enjoyed strolling and lazing around. Macau, the city of dreams, which is also a coastal city, have to had a fisherman's wharf which was luckily not crowded due to rain. As we entered, the first thing that we saw was this colossal ancient Roman architecture. The entire place was looking quite deserted with a couple of shops open. Looking forward, we started walking through this alley which was beautifully lit by this tiny light. As it had rained, it started getting cold and with only few people around, the place was so calm. Having been through a long day, we were so famished and tired we desperately wanted to eat something. As we kept walking, we came across this oriental restaurant which had a stunning view overlooking the port. As we were slightly early for dinner, we had to wait for some time for the kitchen to open. Meanwhile, we started checking out the place and the fresh catch that was available. The sheer size of this marine life really amazed me. After a heavy meal, we decided to take a stroll through the casino. The security was quite tight and we finally managed to get through. Again, the place was looking quite deserted as we were too early. Known for its gambling culture, the place was huge with lots of gambling tables and gaming centers. Having waited for a while, we started seeing the crowd coming in. Walking through the tables, we realized that the people were so engrossed in their games. Inside the casino, we happened to see the biggest chandelier ever. Completely exhausted, calling it a day, we started heading back to our room. Share your thoughts in the comment section and thanks for watching. I'll see you all in another vlog. Bye bye.